Hello, my Basset Hound friends and my sexy pie cuties. Mark the Punk Gamer, a.k.a. Markapunk here. And finally, I'm ranking the Friday the 13th franchise series worst to best. Since I'm done with the Nightmare on Elm Street ones, and the worst kills and the best kills, now it's Jason's turn to do the ranking. And my ranking is going to be different than everybody else's, so this is my own hot take and my own opinion. So take my ranking as is. I'm actually looking forward to ranking the Friday the 13th franchise series from worst to best. So this is gonna be a different opinion than everybody else's. So here we go. All 12 movies, the mainline movies, worst to best, my least watched to my most watched, and here we go. Yes, at my number 12, my least favorite out of all the Friday the 13th movies. Oh, I'm going to get a lot of hate comments for this one, which is the original Friday the 13th. I don't get the appeal of the original Friday the 13th at all. This is definitely my least favorite out of the 12. There are some cool things about the movie, which are mainly the kills and Crazy Ralph and shit. And everything else is goddamn bore fest for me. Yeah, Pamela Voorhees is pretty good in this role too, and playing Jason's mom. And that jump scare ending, we all know that. And everything else in the fucking movie is so low budget as hell, and we won't know the characters that are not developed enough to be actual freaking characters to me. They just bore the living shit out of me. Yeah, let's play Strip Monopoly for like 5 minutes, or making coffee for one straight minute. All boring shit like that. They've really not developed their characters at all. And yeah, the axe to the face is a pretty cool kill in my opinion in that movie. That's about it. God damn. But everything else is a bore fest for me. But the original Friday the 13th is my least favorite. I know I'm going to get a lot of effing hate comments about this one, but I don't really get the appeal of the original of 1980, to be honest. But, god damn. Yeah, my number 12 is the original Friday the 13th. My number 11 spot for this one in the franchise is for Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes a Boat. I mean Manhattan. Yes, this is my second least favorite out of the Friday the 13th franchise, the shitty era of the Kane Hodder of Jason. Oh, man. I'm still at the bottom of this ranking, and I hate the bottom three, to be honest. Yeah, this is my second least favorite. Mostly it takes place on a fucking cruise ship all the way to Manhattan, which is boring enough. And the characters suck in this movie, except for Julius. Julius is one of the best characters, I guess, from this movie. That's about it. Getting his head knocked off in one punch. Oh, my favorite kill from that movie is actually the sauna scene when a hot stone presses against his chest. That's my favorite kill in that one. I like that one. That one's entertaining. But everything else in this movie, god damn. Especially that what the fuck ending. When Jason turns back into a regular kid, not a deformed Jason child at the end. It's like, what the fuck kind of ending is that? That's cheap as hell. And goddamn, this is why it's my second least favorite. Yeah, seeing Jason through Manhattan's pretty cool. That's a cool shot of it. But everything else, I fucking hate this one. It's my second least favorite. At least it's not as boring. But it's still boring nonetheless. But my number 11 is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Oh boy, I'm still in the bottom of this ranking. Which one's going to be at my number 10 this time, which is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Jason versus Carrie concept. Low budget Carrie. That idea that is a good idea on paper, but the way it's executed in this movie, by God, it doesn't work. It's just laugh inducing at this point. But we do get the first appearance of Kane Hodder as Jason, the coolest looking zombified Jason in the entire franchise. I will stand by that decision being a positive, which is awesome. And what else is positive? I think that's all the positives I can think of. But everything else in this movie, more hated teenage characters that I really cannot get invested with. God damn. And her having psychic abilities, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Oh yeah, the Dr. Cruz character. I mentioned him in that movie. God damn, he gets a satisfying death in the movie. But you don't get to actually see it. But that's another negative thing. You don't see the actual fucking gore. And all that shit. It's been neutered by the MPA. Yeah, MPAA. They totally raped this movie. Makes it unwatchable. I just can't stand it. So, some things are cool about the movie, but everything else doesn't really execute with me and doesn't age well. But anyway, my number 10 is going to be Friday the 13th, The New Blood. 9 spot for this one is actually going to be Jason X. Jason Voorhees Goes to Frickin' Space chapter. The 10th movie in the franchise. Oh my god, this is one of the weirdest in space chapters for Jason Voorhees in the Friday 13th franchise. Some positives. I do like the final girl, Rowan. She's awesome. The corkscrew kill is pretty cool in that movie as well. The rest of the characters, I really don't give a shit. They're fucking annoying. One character that's a android bot thing. What? I have no words for that. That's fucking stupid. But anyway, the CGI is so bad in this movie. Oh no. Yeah, CGI is bad. But both versions of Jason, we got the non-Uber version of Jason and Uber Jason. I like this version of both versions of Jason in this movie. It's pretty cool. The kills are pretty good, in my opinion, in this movie. That's why it's a tad bit higher. But everything else, good God, CGI fest, bad acting, bad jokes. Yeah. My number 9 is going to be Jason X. Oh boy, now we're halfway through this ranking. So my number 8 for this one, this is a controversial pick, which is Friday the 13th Part 3 3D. Yeah, this isn't quite in the middle of my ranking. It's okay, Friday the 13th sequel, I guess. I couldn't be able to watch it in 3D, to be honest. I just watch it in 2D. I wish I had the 3D experience if I do have the 3D glasses, but it would give me a headache after a while. But it's not bad, but a lot of people will somewhat put this at higher in this ranking, but for me, I just put it in the middle of my ranking. The beginning of this movie takes so long to get to the good stuff, you know? And that's going back to the fucking barn every scene. And then there's bikers going back to the barn. And teenagers hanging out in the motherfucking barn. Oh my god, it's constant. And it's an okay final girl for this movie as well. We get the first appearance of the hockey mask Jason for the first time, which is cool, the clean version. He plays an awesome Jason role in this movie. So, awesome. But the first beginning of it takes so fucking long in this movie, and the 3D is kind of irritating, but I couldn't watch it in 3D, like I said. But, anyway, my number 8 is going to be Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. Yes, my number 7 for this one is going to be... And this video had a lot of views, and you'll be surprised which movie that is, which is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. surprisingly, my review got so many views. I'm not even joking. I did trash on this movie a little bit. And a lot of you guys will be saying, does it have the best nudity in the franchise? Yes. Does it have the most kills in the franchise? Yes. What are you doing? I guess he's getting more food and water. But anyway, yes, those are the positives. But this is the Roy chapter of the Friday the 13th franchise. This came out after final chapter. And they wanted to do a whodunit aspect since the original movie. But this one is done a little bit better, in my opinion. But still not great. It's cheesy as hell, mid 80s movie. Mid 80s slasher. It has a goofy tone in it. It's like the weird sandwich between the Tommy Jarvis era. It's like he's a kick-ass one when he's in a mental state, and then punches the biker guy. Those characters suck, by the way. The hillbilly kid and the mother. Ethel, that's her name. My god. They're annoying characters to me. I'm glad the kid biker thing gets his head decapitated, at least, just to shut him the hell up. And she's dead too. But the kills are pretty good, but again, MPAA wastes away with this one. God damn you. But it does have the most kills in the franchise, but the opening was insane opening of this movie. When Vic kills the chocolate bar guy at the beginning, chops him in the back. In freaking insane opening. Yeah, it does have the best nudity and most kills in the franchise. That's all I'm gonna say. But I don't like the Roy version of Jason Voorhees. It's stupid at the end. But my number 7 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Alright guys, we're almost through with the ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise series. What am I gonna put for my number 6, you ask, for this one? This is gonna be a large hot take, and I had a damn good time with this movie overall. And this to me has the best kills too. It's going to be Jason Goes to Hell. Yes, this made it higher in my ranking. I gave it a 3 bloody handprints out of 5 on this one, if I remember correctly. What holds this movie and its charm is the kills are fucking awesome in this one. Black vomit and shit. Body possession. David Cronenberg style is pretty cool. That's the freaking positives about this movie. What else? I guess I'll just go through the negatives right now. Jason Voorhees does not have any other relatives. That makes no fucking sense in the whole franchise. He doesn't have a sister, brother, uncles, nothing. He's an only child in the franchise, okay? Got it? It doesn't make any fucking sense. The lead character of the movie is okay. Pretty good. So is the final girl. Is okay. But everybody in the whole goddamn movie acts like Kane Hodder in this movie, which is ridiculously funny. Vicky's kill is awesome. I do enjoy that one. Well, she gets impaled forward and then crushes her head. That's the unrated cut, by the way. Fucking awesome. Hell yeah. I love that death in the movie. Yeah, the kills are unrated. Yeah. So, I had a damn good time with it, but everything else, oh my god, I hate about the movie. But I still had a damn good time with it. It's not perfect at all. It's Adam Marcus's fault, alright? He's the insane person who came up with this concept. They can only use Jason, but not the Friday the 13th title. But, yeah, the weird shaving scene, that can go to hell out of nowhere. Ugh. But anyway, my number 6, I had a damn good time with this movie still, is Jason Goes to Hell. And now we made it to my top 5 of my Friday the 13th franchise. I think these 5 are best Friday the 13th movies in my opinion. And this is going to be a fun one. So, What am I gonna put for my number 5 spot? I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one. It's in my top 5. I still like this movie overall. So I will pick Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, at my number 5. This is the meta sequel out of the Friday the 13th franchise. I actually enjoyed the movie, but I gave it 4 stars. I'll get into a reason in just a moment. So we get the return of the zombie Jason for the first time, being resurrected Frankenstein style, which is awesome. And what's funny about the opening of that movie was shout outs to 007 opening. That was pretty cool. I think I used that in the intro. And Lincoln, nobody wants to see your ass. Thank you. Arguing with my cat. Anyway, yeah, Friday the 13th Part 6. I actually dug the hell out of the movie, but there is one minor mixed problem I had with the movie, which is the character of Jason Voorhees. I found him to be a bit skinny in this movie, to be honest. And that's what's off-putting about it. Yeah, I know, right, Lincoln? He gives me this look. But anyway. I still enjoyed the movie nonetheless. This is the best of the last Tommy Jarvis era. Bringing real kids in an actual Friday the 13th movie for the first time. There's no nudity at all in this movie, but it doesn't really hold us back to being a good sequel. With or without it, I still enjoy the movie nonetheless. It's still good. Kills are great. The backbreaker kill is pretty good with the sheriff character. Oh yeah, best kills I think in this one. But my number 5, I have to give it to Friday the 13th Part 6. I still enjoyed watching it, but one little mixed thing about it overall. And now, my number 4 for this ranking is actually going to be Friday the 13th Part 2 as my top favorite. This is so much better than the first one, to be honest. This came out a year later. The characters are so much better in this movie. This has the best final girl in the series, which is Ginny. Yeah, that's her name. And when Ginny studies the psychology of Jason Voorhees himself. The kills are good in this movie. I enjoyed it. The hammer in the head is a good one. The wheelchair kill, across its face, which is awesome. I like the kills in this movie. But there's only one tiny negative I had about this movie. Again, it's the Jason aspect of this movie. This Elephant Man Jason look. It's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. I wish they uglied it up more and made it more terrifying. And they should have made it more terrifying. Then it would be a little bit higher in my ranking. And the one more positive, that one chick in the movie, I did mention this in the review. She's the freaking highlight of this movie. She's one of the hottest girls. She's not the final girl or anything. She's just one of the hottest chicks in the series. I do like her in the movie. And she gets killed off screen. And, yeah, there's one little negative, which is Jason. He's being a stumbly fuck. Ginny just whoops his ass at the end. Almost. And one thing that doesn't make sense, the dog came back alive for some reason. That makes no sense either. I still enjoy Friday the 13th Part 2. And that's where it's going to be at my number 4 for this one. Top 3 sons of bitches of my top 3 Friday the 13th movies, in my own controversial opinion. I'm still including Freddy vs. Jason in this ranking, like I did with the Nightmare on Elm Street one. So what am I going to put for my number 3 bronze medal for this one? This might surprise you guys. It's Friday the 13th, 2009 remake. Yes, this is at my number 3. I really love the remake more than a Nightmare on Elm Street remake. That can go fuck itself. Friday the 13th has the best treatment than that one. I like the remake, guys. I don't care what you guys say about it. There is one negative. It's that one douchebag character I didn't like. Oh, and the chick's name too. That's annoying as well. Couple of negatives. But it's still a good modernized Friday the 13th slasher movie. The kills are great in this movie. Coolest looking Jason, to be honest, with the coat and everything. Best version of Jason. Oh yeah, the better version of Sackhead too. One I had a bit of problem with since part 2. So much better. The opening is awesome. Girl being roasted by the campfire. Really extreme. I love it. Yeah, the kills are so much better in this movie. And the ending is kind of lazy too at the end. But for me, I enjoyed the 2009 remake. It's better than the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Thank God. But it's at my number 3 Bronzo winner. I'll give it to the Friday the 13th 2009 remake. My number 2 silver medal winner, I come to the conclusion, these swap by the way. Either I like it or don't. But my number 2 is going to be Freddy vs. Jason. This is the Jason aspect side of it. I get the complaints about Jason being robotic and shit. I get that. He's not the right casting for it. It's Ken Kersinger. He was a stunt double for Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. He was a stunt double. I guess Ronnie Yu wanted a bigger Jason, so they hired him instead. Instead of Kane Hodder. I know that pissed a lot of fans off. I get it. But I still enjoy Freddy vs. Jason. I still have goddamn nostalgia for this movie. I still do. But, yeah, I get a little bit of the problem. So, Freddy vs. Jason, that's all you need to know. I still have nostalgia for this movie. I still enjoy it nonetheless. My number 2 silver medal winner is definitely Freddy vs. Jason. And finally, my Basset Hound friends and my Sex and Lemon Pie cuties. My number 1 favorite Friday the 13th movie in the whole franchise series out of the 12. And this one made it to my number 1 favorite. It's no secret whatsoever. Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, is my favorite out of the 12. Yes. This is the best goddamn slasher movie ever made around the 80s era, where the slashers is at their best in the 80s era. Goddamn. Yeah, final chapter is definitely my favorite in the entire franchise. Best kills by Tom Savini. It's cranked up to 11. I can't pick which one's my favorite kill because all the kills are so entertaining in this movie. The teenagers, they're fun to interact with, and the twins as well. Still, best teenage characters in the franchise. Crispin Glover's seizure dance. Everybody knows about that scene. And the dead fuck scene. Yeah. The face crush kill is cool. Every kill is goddamn memorable in this movie. It's hard for me to pick one. Oh my god. The opening kill with the hacksaw and the spinning of the head shit. Goddamn, that's great opening kill to get you started in the final chapter. The guy, Joseph Zito, really directs the final film really well. Joseph Zito is a really good director for this movie. And, still, Tom Savini is a goddamn god for practical effects. He really is. And, I have really nothing negative about this movie at all. Except for the small thing, and he's killing me guy, Rob character, that's him. We actually get a little bit of story in this movie as well. The one character that got killed in part 2, he's on a revenge plot to kill Jason. And, he's killing me. Anyway. Still, I love Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. The best slashers ever made. In my opinion. I know, right, Link? And, this is my number 1 gold medal favorite. It's definitely Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. Which is not really the final chapter. Jason does get an awesome death at the end with the face. Anyway, there you go. That is my ranking of all 12 of the Friday the 13th franchise. Holy shit, it's a bigger one since my Nightmare on Elm Street ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed my different opinion ranking, but I'm gonna get a lot of hot takes and hate for this ranking. But who cares? It's just my opinion. And now I'm moving on to the worst kills of the Friday 13 franchise and the best ones. And I'll finally be done with this shit and move on to something else. Whew. We're still in the middle of October, and it's almost at the end of it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Subscribe to me if you haven't. Click the bell to get notified on all of my notifications. Also, like and share this the ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise horror movie series from worst to best. And I will see you, my best home friends, and my 6-5 cuties on the worst and best kills of Friday the 13th franchise series. See you later.